If you live in Cincinnati, Ohio, you may know that on June of 2022, the state of Ohio enacted a constitutional carry law, which allows citizens who are of legal age and status to carry firearms without a license or any type of formalized training. Yeah, but this is nothing new. Ohio is joining the 20 some odd other states who already have this law in effect, so the country is pretty much divided evenly on this topic. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine is a longtime gun advocate, so really this does not come as a shock that he signed off on this law. But what does this really mean for Cincinnati residents, or for you if you have been thinking about relocating to Cincinnati, Ohio? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Let's get into it. What's going on? It's Victor Pham, local realtor here in the Cincinnati metro area. On this channel, we talk about all things Cincinnati, all things real estate. So if you want to know what it's like to live, work, eat, play, and chill in Cincinnati and the Cincinnati suburbs, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos the moment I put them out. I'm helping people all the time sell real estate and buy real estate here in Cincinnati. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any buying or selling needs in Cincy or the suburbs around Cincy. I'm sure I can help you too. And remember, when it comes to houses in Cincinnati, you can always call Vic. But guns are such a big issue in America. There are lots of pro-gun people and lots of anti-gun people. So living in Cincinnati and moving to Cincinnati, you should at least know how this type of law might affect you or benefit you. Now, prior to the passing of this constitutional carry law, Ohio residents could legally carry a firearm, but they were required to obtain a CCL or a concealed carry license. Now, this meant that you had to go through a pretty deep background check, pay some fees to the sheriff to get the license, and go through a physical course that educated you on gun safety. And also you had to do a physical target practice test, which was required at a local gun range. And if you were armed with a CCL and pulled over or stopped by a law enforcement agent, you were required by law to immediately let the officer know that you were armed without them asking you. With a constitutional carry, all that stuff is out the door. You don't have to go through any of that stuff. No license required. No target practice required. You don't even have to know how to use a gun. If you're of age and can pass a background check, you basically can walk into any local gun shop, buy a gun, and walk around the streets of Cincinnati with it completely concealed. In addition to that, if pulled over or stopped by a police officer now, with the new law, you are not required to immediately tell the officer that you're armed. But if they ask you, you are required to answer truthfully. What does this mean if you're a gun owner? Well, this is great news, especially if you're relocating to Cincinnati or somewhere else in Ohio from a state that may have some really strict gun regulations. For someone who is pro-gun, they obviously believe in the right to protect themselves and their families from the bad people. And with all the scares and media coverage from the random gun violence going on in America, this offers a real peace of mind for pro-gunners. And it gives them the opportunity to protect themselves more freely in public without having to pay extra money or go through any kind of inconvenient training. If you're not a gun supporter, then maybe this won't make you feel so warm and fuzzy inside.
And then give ourselves a big hug. Let's give yourself a hug. Yes, give yourself a hug. Wow, doesn't that feel good?
Especially knowing that anyone can just walk around with a gun in their pocket without going through any training or any practice at all. Maybe it opens up the door for a lot of chaos. But no matter what side you're on, it's important to understand that we all deserve the right to feel safe and protected wherever it is we live. Some people prefer to rely on other people like the government and police officers to protect them. Other people prefer to have the option to protect themselves, and that is the side that the state of Ohio is favoring right now. If you're a gun owner or becoming a gun owner soon in Cincinnati or in the state of Ohio, my advice would be to at least get some training, or at the very least some practice. You know, find somebody who knows what they're doing and get some tips from them. Hit the range and at least know how to operate your firearm. This new law might open up the potential for a lot of unnecessary conflicts, and the last thing we need is innocent people getting hurt because someone is reckless or doesn't know how to use their gun. And you should probably also understand the gun laws of the states that you are traveling to and from. Just because Cincinnati or Ohio may have constitutional carry, that does not mean that other states that you may be traveling to or visiting have the same laws. And I'm pretty positive you have to abide by the laws of whatever state you are in. If you're thinking about moving to Cincy or the Cincy suburbs and you need help buying or maybe even selling a home in the Cincy area, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you with that. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel. Interested in more cool videos about what it's like living in Cincinnati, Ohio? Check out these videos right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, when it comes to houses in Cincinnati, you can always call Vic.